This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English. Look around. This is Daily Flash. We got today's talk, tomorrow's trends, and we got a week filled with great stuff on this Monday. How you doing there, Jackson?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
You know what? It was a weekend. I survived. It was hot.
Yes.
The other day, everybody complains. I guess we know it's always going to get hot now that we're in the summer. I didn't realize we were talking to Catherine Sellery, who is our parenthood expert, and she was in London, and they've had consistent 100-degree days in midday. Well, when I was driving home early last week, it was 100 degrees at 5 o'clock, and you go, well, it's Florida, right? And so that's what I grew up in. I'm like, I didn't realize how hot or the weather always is. And then people just complain about, how hot it is, like it's going to change.
I know.
Right? It's never going to change.
It's never going to change. I did think of you, though, because when they're talking about this crazy heat wave in Europe, in Italy, in Venice, the temperatures are reaching triple digits. And FYI, they don't have a lot of air conditioning in Europe. In fact, they have very little. Okay. And oddly enough, there are more deaths related to heat stroke in Europe every summer. You think air conditioning is something that we take for granted here, 100%.
Okay, so we had an Airbnb there.
Yeah.
And we said, hey, do you have air conditioning? Like, oh, yes, we have air conditioning. And they were great. And the place, I should show you the pictures, it was amazing. Their interpretation of air conditioning is completely different of what ours is. So ours, we kept on saying, look, the air conditioner's not working, it's not working, it's not working. And they also don't believe in Venice on screens, like, on window screens.
Yes.
Which is weird. And can I say something else?
Yes.
I did not see, this is a true story. I was in Venice for a week. I didn't see one Venetian blind. At all. I saw a few Roman shades in Venice, not in Rome.
Yes.
But they don't, no Venetian. So I think that's a scam. So I think somebody came, that's like Corinthian leather, right?
Yes.
So, but anyway, it was so hot. Now, I don't know the actual name of it, so I'm not going to say it, but there is another, they're seeing a little bit of an outbreak of these mosquitoes taking diseases. And if you know about Venice, it's just all water. It was built on swamp.
Yes.
I could show you some mosquito bites still on my leg. And so when we were going home, we were freaking out about it. So this heat wave coupled with no air conditioning, but you are in the most beautiful city in the world in Venice. I don't know how you can complain too much.
I think about what the settlers in Florida must have gone through because I can barely survive with AC. So to think about back in the, pre-1950s, I mean, how did you survive without AC? I know there's a block of ice and a fan. Maybe that's what they used. But, I mean, a block of ice and a fan only goes so far.
St. Augustine, the oldest city in America. You can imagine that, right? And they figure out ways. They figure out ways, which is great about the intuition of necessity is the mother of
all invention.
All invention.
Yes.
I can understand.
Do we know who invented the air conditioner? Because that person should be on a dollar bill. It should be on some form of currency in our country.
Let's check in with our expert here. And of course, our social media manager, that is the one and only Sweet Baby James.
I am looking it up right now. We'll have an answer in just a second.
Was his name Train? I wonder.
Willis Haviland Carrier.
Carrier. See, I knew it was
Carrier.
a name.
Willis,
Seriously,
American
Carrier
engineer
is an air
credited with
conditioner.
inventing the modern air conditioner.
I wasn't joking when I said I knew it was named after.
Carrier.
Also, I moved out to Utah back early 2000s, and I had lived in Alabama prior to that, right? And so I was out there, and we were just talking about Alabama back home, and one of my friend's wives, she goes, well, do y'all have air conditioning? And I was thinking, what do you think, we're a bunch of hillbillies, right? And they go, well, and I go, no, we're not a bunch of hillbillies. And she's like, well, there's a lot of houses out here that don't have air conditioning. We have swamp coolers.
Swamp coolers.
And I go,
swamp coolers?
That's exactly what I said. And
that's in Colorado, too.
And all it is basically, it's a vacuum that's pulling out everything out of your house. You've probably seen them. You'll see these big boxes on top of the houses. Those are, they call them swamp coolers. and they're trying to get the moisture to come out and flow. It's basically air conditioning under the guise.
Don't you find it odd that in the desert Southwest they have swamp coolers, but in Florida we have air conditioning? We don't want anything to do with a swamp in our house.
That is wild.
Yeah, I love the name swamp.
Yeah,
cooler.
swamp coolers. Yeah.
Oh, if it's too hot, I know you will refuse this, all right? You will
Okay.
not sell a swamp cooler or your air conditioner. So that's the question of the day.
Oh, okay.
What would you refuse to sell?
Wow, something that like, okay, it is
sell?
yours. You would. I got to tell you, Jackson's
Oh, you mean
right.
okay?
Yeah.
So
Like, would you sell your air conditioning?
no.
That's right. It's like, not now,
I
right?
can make a list.
Yeah,
would
that
you
is
choose
worth
to
the
sell?
investment. However painful it is, if you've got to pay for repairs or a new one, it hurts, but it is worth it.
If you
Okay.
want to know how bad it is, because we have hurricanes that come through here, I have
Oh,
a
yeah.
backup air conditioner
Do
at
you
our house.
really?
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say backup generator.
and I have a backup. I have a
Okay.
generator, which
All
is
right.
our backup electricity.
Yeah.
But then I have a backup air conditioner too.
Oh, wow.
Air
You got to get
conditioner.
one of these, and basically, I mean, they're portable, but they're like huge. They're like about this big, but it's an air conditioner. It's not a swamp cooler. It's an actual air conditioner.
Do you
put it in
do you
different
put the
rooms.
hose through the window? Is it one of
That,
those?
for the exhaust of it,
Yes.
you would.
Oh,
but
okay.
Like,
Okay.
the
Yeah, yeah,
outtake.
yeah.
Yes.
So you pull out the hot air. But this is a
Yeah.
and we haven't used it yet. But every time that I've had to, when we have a hurricane, Liza's out of town. And remember that whole story about
Convenient,
our
isn't it?
gerbil died?
Yeah.
And
Oh.
Oh, you say the gerbil died. Jesus, man.
my kid.
You got me laughing.
I know, I know.
Well, you'll love this. So the gerbil died right before a hurricane, and I'm like, well, I don't want to tell. I just kind of met, I didn't know where. She's like, well, let's wait till I get home and we'll deal with it because he was young, and so I had to put it in a refrigerator, right? Well, there was no electricity.
no.
We ran an extension cord. This is my life. To run the refrigerator and to run the TV so he can play video games. That's all it was. And we ran it to our neighbors. I said, hey, can we borrow a cord? So I had an extension cord to go all the way up. That's the priority.
To me,
So,
like, it's amazing the treatment that children get these days, because my parents would never run an extension cord for a dead gerbil in a refrigerator.
Go outside.
Or let you play,
Right.
or watch TV. They like go play outside and go figure it
That's
out
it.
and sweat your,
Everything
muchachos off.
off.
Yes.
All right, so I would say air conditioning.
Okay.
But there's probably a long list.
My espresso machine.
Your special
I
machine?
would never sell it.
Oh, wow.
She gave me her old one, y'all,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, as we use that thing every
I love it.
single
I'm
day.
so
I'm
happy
thinking
about that.
5 or
Oh,
6
wow.
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
People
wow.
about-
they come over to our house.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, you want espresso? They love it.
Oh,
What do you have, James?
I still have my old game-worn football helmet from college. That's something I would never
that's
sell.
nice.
Although I want to like frame it with my old jersey and stuff like that,
That'd be
and put it
cool.
up there. Yeah, that's something I would never sell.
How do you play football in Florida in the summer? That's another thing. I guess we're back to the
Well,
shirtless.
when
yeah.
I tell you, it's much cooler when you're on the bench. I can tell you that. Because that's where I spent most
Next
of the
to the
football.
giant
Hey,
jug of water.
I tell
ice
all my
water.
kids they're playing this year to be ready. So, you playing on my team, you're gonna go out in the
5
field
o'clock,
at some
100
point.
degrees in
Sometime.
Florida.
Do you find yourself trying to convince yourself every year, like, I'll just get through June, July, August. I'll just get through it. And then you get to a point where you're like, I can't take it anymore. And then finally, I know we're talking about the weather. I'm sorry, but it's
I
one of
grew
those
up in
things.
Florida, so I guess.
So you know.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just a thing that you deal
Yeah,
with.
you
And
do
we have a
deal with
pool, I guess. You can
Yeah.
cool off. You got one as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you have those relief
Right.
things that you're thankful for, but that's like seems like that's the only time you use it is like as a relief when it's really
Yeah,
hot.
it's tough that when you look at the temperature, it's like, well, it's 100, but it feels like 115, and it feels every bit 115 outside.
My coworker on my radio show, T-Wall, he's always like, these weather guys, they say it's the feels like temperature. It's like, don't tell me how I feel. And now, every time now when somebody says that, I think I was like, don't tell me how I feel. It's hot. I know it's hot. And it's true.
Does it matter after it gets to a certain
I don't.
point?
Do you find
No,
it?
No.
we're
I
on the
don't think
field. Honestly, it goes by so fast. I'm like, I need more time. So
Yeah.
our time on the field every day, 1 month goes by. It's like, man, we're about to start the season. So
It is good for your skin. I'll say
Hydrate,
that.
hydrate.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
that's it.
I think
Screaming
so.
every day.
Good for your skin.
I've always heard that.
Yeah.
Like ladies like all that.
Oh, they
Yeah.
like
Dry out.
ladies like it.
All ladies, not
All
old
ladies,
all
all ladies like
Oh,
it.
all ladies, not old ladies.
All right,
You,
sugar
spend,
mamas.
you spend a day in Colorado or Utah
Yeah.
in like a September or October. Every ounce of moisture gets sucked out of your body in 2.5 seconds.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, you feel like you're
100%.
gonna crack.
Very dry.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Crack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Black
Black don't crack,
don't.
so-
I was waiting for you to say it, not me. Thank you.
I heard.
All
I
right.
saw you be going.
Losing weight, it's a big deal. We got our
Yes.
relationship expert coming up next, Janie Lacey. We're going to talk about weight loss and relationships and how sometimes it seems as if though that actually can be detrimental to the relationship.
Yeah,
Weird to say.
why that is, such big changes in a relationship. She's got some great answers for you. What candy was originally called opal fruits? The answer next.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. Before we went to break, we asked you our brain flash question of the day, and everybody in the floor has not gotten the correct answer. But what candy was originally called opal fruits?
Okay, I just thought of one. Dots.
Dots? No, believe it or not, it was Starburst.
Oh, really?
As a matter of fact, I think in some other countries they still sell them as opal fruits. You
Opal
can buy them there.
fruits.
You'll see it on there. You can Google it and check it out.
Okay, well, welcome back, everybody, to Daily Flash. I'm Andrea Jackson, along with Mitch English. Country superstar Jelly Roll dropped 275 pounds, but oddly enough, he lost his marriage along the way.
Now, did a glow up lead to a breakup? Better yet, can extreme weight loss or just drastic changes in one of those in the relationship lead to a breakup? Well, joining us right now to talk about that is relationship and trauma expert. It's Dr. Janie Lacey. Welcome back to the show, Janie. We love having you on here. This is at the forefront right now because a lot of people are speculation, and we should also make mention that this is their marriage and this is their breakup. But it brings up a question. Do you feel that maybe Jelly Roll's new body and his new image maybe might have ended that marriage?
You know what I would say, Mitch, is no. But what I would say is that it wasn't his body in particular. I would suggest that it probably was a year of broken communication. So when Jelly Roll, like as you just mentioned, he lost this 300 pounds. He didn't just lose the weight, he became a different person. New energy, new identity. He had new desires. But Bunny couldn't probably meet him. I didn't work with this couple, so I'm making a suggestion that she probably couldn't meet him in that transformation and he probably didn't even ask her to join him in the healing work. So instead of couples therapy, instead of growing together, they probably just grew apart.
You are 100% right. And well, at least that's what she's saying on her podcast. She's saying it was just a breakdown of communication. But she did have an interview earlier with Howard Stern. It came out and said, when I first met Jelly Roll, he was my project. And there's a lot of that. And she said that a lot. And she's like, and then he kind of went up, against it. And, we don't want to go in the minds of that, but really, couldn't they have survived the weight loss no matter what? Or because of the communication, you're saying that's why they, does there need to be communication, I guess, when somebody wants to make such a big change, I guess is what I'm saying.
What I would suggest, Mitch, is because the transformation without relational awareness, right? It's going to be destabilizing to any couple. Jelly Roll, he even described it perfectly. He felt like a whole different human.
Yeah.
But his wife was still moving through the world as the woman who married a 550-pound man. And I would probably suggest he probably didn't invite her into that healing journey. She didn't ask the hard questions about what was shifting inside of him, right? We can focus on the outside, but there was something shifting inside of him. When one person involves, and we see this all the time in marriage counseling, and the other person doesn't evolve with them, you've got an identity mismatch. And that's a crisis, which is why they come to marital therapy, because it's not because of the body, but because of the disconnection that starts to form in the relationship.
So, Dr. Lacey, how do couples really survive one partner's glow up? We see this happen so often with couples, and it always seems like it's the person who's not on the weight loss end of it that ends up leaving the relationship. Why do the affairs survive, but the weight loss doesn't in a number of relationships?
What I would suggest is that it always starts with intentional communication and relational honesty. Right? As you called it, a glow up, whether it's weight loss, career success, or inner healing, it's not a threat if both partners see it as an opportunity to deepen the relationship. But if one partner uses the transformation, let's say as an exit strategy, or the other partner sees it potentially because of their childhood wounds as abandonment, I mean, you're done. I mean, you're just done.
Yeah.
So the couples that I work with, they make it through the transformation because they're the ones who ask, like, what does this mean for us? Like, how do we evolve together? Like, what do I need? What do you need from me now? And that's vulnerability. And I think, Mitch and Andrea, a lot of couples don't do that. They don't get to the vulnerability because that's hard, but that's how you survive.
You're saying a lot of great points, and we should mention, Jackson, you should brought it up, Jelly Roll and Bunny XO publicly have come out and saying he had an affair back in 2018, and they did work through it. So it is something that they know that the big thing in a marriage happens. So that brings it to us. How do you keep love alive after a transformation?
That is such an important question because, Mitch, you don't keep love alive by resisting change. I can tell you that right now.
Good point.
You keep it alive by growing together, right? When Jelly Roll lost those 300 pounds, he had an opportunity to invite Bunny into that journey.
Yeah.
Not as the woman who supported his diet, but as his partner in his healing and his evolution. And, Bunny had the opportunity to also ask herself, like, how do I evolve too? Am I willing to grow with this man? Right. And sometimes couples miss that.
That's what I was going to ask is like, okay, so what are the things how do you bring somebody in? Now, listen, everybody knows I lost about the same amount, about 270 pounds as well, 170 pounds rather. And, there is such a big change. How do I bring that person into my life, or anybody brings it into their life? It's like, hey, I want you to be on this journey. How?
Well, those conversations, Mitch, they're going to require vulnerability and honesty, right? Jelly Roll and Bunny, right? They're gracious about their end, but we know that they're probably not sharing everything, and I respect that. But the real love move is to look at the transformation, as you just mentioned in your own life, as a moment to choose each other all over again, because that choice has to be made consciously and it has to be made together. And that's what keeps love alive. So you have to communicate, you have to be vulnerable, and you have to do the introspective work. Like, what does this mean for me? Like, what's changed inside of me? And then she can't relate, or the partner can't relate to the person as their old self. They have to do it together.
Man, you're so dead on, Jen. Y'all have no idea how dead on she is.
Yeah, so much to talk about. We could talk to you for another hour. Dr. Janie Lacey, thank you so much. We're going to post this interview on our website at dailyflashshow.com/FMI. Also, if you want to find out more about Dr. Janie Lacey, JanieLacey.com.
Very cool.
There is more to come here on Daily Flash.
Stick around. We don't want you to go anywhere. By the way, when you're at our website, everything you see on the show, you'll see there. Stick around. We got more.
Right after this. Welcome back to Daily Flash. Let's talk some trending stories right now. Raising Cane's founder and owner Todd Graves admits he does not like the coleslaw served at his own chicken finger chain.
What?
In a recent social media post, he orders a combo with no slaw, extra toast, and extra sauce, trading out the coleslaw for the toast. Graves says it's the southern vegetable component he's just not crazy about, despite serving it at his own restaurants. The video, oddly enough, sparked a massive debate with millions of views as Graves emphasizes focusing on what they do best rather than trying to please everyone. The coleslaw stays on the menu for those who love it.
I have to have slaw. With pulled pork. What I'll do is the coleslaw is actually like the lettuce, I don't put too much on it because the juices fall everywhere. But coleslaw, I loved it. Now, growing up, my dad worked for Kentucky Fried Chicken, and we'd have coleslaw all the time.
All the time.
And it seems like that's, and in the South, you gotta have coleslaw. It's all together. I mean, you have to.
So does it seem a little sacrilege that he's poo-pooing the coleslaw at his own chicken chain?
He probably shouldn't said anything because it's reminiscent of the Campbell's soup guy, remember?
Yes.
But I think that it says that it's not good, but that's just his taste. You know what I'm saying? He still serves. It's like, there's others that like it. I personally don't.
Yeah.
I think, and that's the problem. You can't serve what you like if you think about it, because other people might like it. Like me, I love coleslaw.
But coleslaw is one of those things it's different everywhere you go.
You're right. Yeah.
So it depends on the recipe of the coleslaw, how it's chopped up,
Chopped up is a big deal for
what's
me.
put in it, what's used with it, whether it's sweet, whether it's not so sweet. But I'm with you. I think of it as like a vegetable component when you're eating a lot of fried food. It's sort of like it balances it out.
It makes you feel like you need it, so we get it. Well, let's talk about diets. The Bible diet Right now, it's the hottest and holiest weight loss trend of this summer. Influencer Kayla Bundy, as well as thousands of followers, they say they eat only foods mentioned in scripture like clean meats, fruits, vegetables, grains, and legumes. They avoid processed sugar and fried foods and treat their bodies like a temple. Now, the faith-based approach combines biblical principles with whole food for physical, spiritual, and weight loss benefits. It's inspired major transformations, including people like Chris Pratt. And it makes sense by all means. I think they're just putting a name on it. Everything I've said, you hear dietitians tell you, no processed foods, stay away from sugars and that sort of thing. But it's interesting. They don't exclude meat. It's just maybe a little less meat. I think Obi was telling us about that.
Yeah.
Our health guy as well. Everything makes sense. If you need the Bible to kind of like, hey, follow, okay. They also drank a lot of wine in the Bible too, so keep that.
Yeah, and water.
And water.
Did they turn water into wine?
And bread. They also, Jesus did the bread and water thing, and fish.
You know what I find fascinating about diets in general is it's all the way it's packaged and sold to people. And whatever, like you said, whatever makes sense to you, whatever makes it easy to, pardon the pun, digest, when it comes to trying to figure out how to eat right, it just seems like it's all how it's sold and packaged. So if the Bible diet, like, oh my God, I totally get it, then that's your diet.
Yeah. The leaven bread, though, I don't think I can do.
Yeah.
But it's you have to refrigerate that stuff too. By the way, I don't like cold bread. I don't know what it is. I just don't. I want my bread
Bread should be
warm.
eaten hot,
I agree
right?
with you. Yes,
Bread
or
should
at
be
least warm or room temperature. Manna, I think about. I mean, there are some things in the Bible that, like, can you get it off the shelf?
Yeah.
You have to make a lot of
I'm
it.
not sure. You might have to get in a time machine.
I think you're right.
Fly back. A Carnival Cruise Line is cracking down on bikinis and revealing swimwear at Lufo Island in New Caledonia. They're reminding passengers to dress conservatively as a way to respect local and religious culture.
Okay.
Guests on Carnival Splendor were advised to avoid thongs, G-strings, monokinis, mankinis, and topless sunbathing attire at the beaches. Vacationers should also dress modestly while visiting markets, churches, and public spaces.
Okay.
If passengers don't comply, it could jeopardize future port visits.
I'm glad that they're actually pushing this. I do
do
know.
too.
Again, back to my vacation in at the Vatican. No shoulders. And they sold scarves so you can put it over and that sort of. And it's the local customs. And also, you get your kids running around. At some of these, I know that there's parts of these beaches that are adult only, but it's not like adult only. It means just they don't want kids running around. You want it kind of quiet. But there's also those that are mixed. And then you have some that are like, can I borrow some of that dental floss you're wearing? Right? And while, the old pervs like me like it, I don't know if I'd want a 4 or 5 or 6 or a blossoming 11-year-old boy wanting to run around and see it.
I don't think you do. And I think we're sort of in this all about me culture, with social media. So to convince people to actually tone it down or maybe follow the rules seems like it's out of a lot of people's purview.
You're like, you're holding
you're holding me back.
Why aren't you doing that? Can we say something about nude beaches?
Yeah.
What's the basically the understanding?
That you don't want to see those.
You don't,
folks nude.
because the people that have no problem showing their bodies
shouldn't be showing their bodies.
Shouldn't be showing their bodies at all. And the ones that should, they want you to pay for it.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
So keep that in mind. It sounds hot. Ooh, a nude beach. And then,
Not so much.
Not so much at all. By the way, I'll be at a nude beach this Friday. So
This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, I'm Mitch English, everybody.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, today's trends, tomorrow's talk. Before we do anything, let's check in with James Alexander, who's watching us out there and where, James?
Hey, on 219 stations across this great country of ours, you see our show. In fact, you can find out where we are in your neck of the woods by going to our website, dailyflashshow.com, and clicking on where to watch. Now, you also can find out where we are globally, thanks to the American Forces Network. Now, our local friends today come from, hold on, let me roll these dice.
All right, come on, big money.
There it is.
7
Las Vegas, Nevada, baby.
Yeah.
KLBC TV.
There you
in
go.
Las Vegas, Nevada, and Las Vegas has a special place. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
But one of the things Vegas is known for, outside of that,
Yes.
is their neon signs. They got more neon
Jackson,
signs per
yes.
capita
Were
than
you
any
dad?
other
My
place.
dad was
Yes,
a
I
big
remember
sign
that.
guy.
Oh, really?
My dad he owned an outdoor advertising company, and so signs were his big business.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He didn't do a lot of neon. He did more billboards and
Okay.
specific
Okay, cool.
hand-painted sign businesses for large corporations. But in Las Vegas, if you ever get the chance, they have what's called the Neon Graveyard, and it's all these
told me about that,
huge, big, beautiful, old neon signs that existed back in the 50s and 60s
really?
on some of the older casinos that thankfully somebody thought I hadn't salvaged and saved. But it's beautiful. It's a cool walking tour. You've got to make reservations, but it is so well worth it.
It's pretty.
neat.
Like a graveyard, if you want to call it that, but it's not. It's like a museum more. And
It's a
they're life size.
collection.
They're
Yeah.
the
Oh,
real
that's
ones.
dope.
And it's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
outside because obviously these
Right,
things
right.
are ginormous.
Right,
Yes.
right.
But
That's
it's
awesome. I
really
didn't know
neat.
that. So
Yes.
you learned
So
something
the
else.
next time you go to Vegas,
There you go, craps.
Crap. You did. You got snake eyes, dude.
Snake eyes.
There you go. Hey,
Yes.
so we are literally rolling dice on the show.
Well, every
Every day.
morning, yeah. And the viewers are rolling the dice too. Vegas is such an interesting town that they've tried to make sure everybody's taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you talk about like if you want to live in a city to where I don't think I've ever met anybody from Las Vegas, but
Yeah.
people
Oh,
always
that's
move
right.
there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But
Transplants.
think about like if you want to see a concert, this is like the place.
place,
to
Yeah.
go. And that new Sphere is incredible.
Oh, that place looks
Yes.
amazing.
Yet to walk inside that. I've been dying to go check it out. Kenny Chesney just kicked off a little residency.
Oh, really?
Really? At the Sphere?
At the Sphere, yeah. And it's
I know
and
it's packed.
I believe we've talked about it here on the show before, but depending on where you're sitting, they can send special audio just to certain sections. So let's
Oh,
say if they had a
really?
speaker,
Wow.
they can have Spanish going here, French going here, and
No way.
you and I can be sitting next to each other and hearing two different things.
Oh
Isn't that
my
incredible?
That
we
is
can do
incredible.
that?
Gosh, that's amazing.
That's wild. Yeah, that's
They are going to be
dope.
having smaller spheres all around the world. It's definitely an
Yes.
attraction, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to an attraction and like, there's no way I can get on this roller coaster? Something's going to happen. You ever feel
Yeah.
that
Oh
way?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that every
County
time.
fairs, I feel
Yeah.
about.
Oh, really?
Check this out. A popular ride in Long Island at their Adventureland. It malfunctioned.
Oh, no.
And it left more than a dozen young thrill seekers dangling in midair for hours. We got video
Okay.
for you.
Okay,
Check
we
it
look.
out.
Okay.
Panic all began when the amusement park's Wave Twister attraction, it basically just grounded to a sudden halt, and it trapped riders 75 feet above ground. All 16 riders, the ages all the way from 5 to 40 years old, they were rescued. Now the Wave Twister, it's all part of a $10 million 5-phase redevelopment of Adventureland's Legacy Corner and was manufactured by ride engineers in Switzerland. It happens all the time. At least they weren't hanging upside down,
Oh,
right?
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
That would
Oy.
freak me out.
Yeah.
Have you been on a ride that's malfunctioned? Yeah. Which one? I'll tell you, I had a
No,
nightmare.
I
one.
It,
Which
it was
one?
it was in Ohio. It was at Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio.
Okay.
They're the roller coaster
And
place, right?
and
Yeah.
we got stuck on a roller coaster. We were there so long. They gave us like free tickets. I'm like, I'm not coming back to Sandusky
Yeah.
anytime soon. I'm in Detroit,
Right.
but they gave us free tickets because we were stuck on a ride so long. They couldn't get to us in enough time.
I got stuck on It's a Small World. And
Oh.
while it wasn't, I had to hear that music for about 45
Nightmares.
minutes straight. We got more of today's talk, tomorrow's trends right around the corner. Don't you go anywhere. We love having you along for the ride, and we promise we won't stick you midair. We
But
promise.
we'll give you free tickets if
Sure,
you do get stuck with
yes.
us. It's on us today.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. Andrea Jackson also joins me. As travelers look for summer getaways offering both adventure and relaxation, the Bahamas continues to be one of the best destinations in the Caribbean. Here with more is travel expert Terry Ward. Hey, Terry, what makes a great summer island getaway anyway?
Well, I'm coming to you live here from Atlantis Paradise Island. And the best thing about the Bahamas is it's more than just one destination. There are 16 island destinations here, and that's what really makes it stand out. The best island trips for me go beyond the beach. I love discovering local traditions, trying local food, and finding unique adventures that make a place feel special. There's always something new to experience in the Bahamas, whether you're getting out on the water, into nature, learning about the culture, or just slowing down and enjoying all of this incredible scenery.
Hey, tell us some of your favorite travel recommendations.
Absolutely. You know, I've been coming here and reporting on the islands for a long time, and my recommendation is always to get beyond the major resort areas and to explore beyond the beaches too. Nassau's a great place to experience Bahamian culture, history, local food, and beaches. And on Grand Bahama Island, Freeport, you see a different side of the Bahamas. Incredible nature, boating, outdoor fun. Absolutely love Eleuthera. Its pink sand beaches are like nowhere else. Dramatic coastline, and Harbor Island is really laid-back charm. Great restaurants, water everywhere. And if you're really looking for that crystal clear water, you've got to visit the Exumas. They're really hard to beat. You'll find all sorts of accommodations here too, from big luxury resorts to small boutique hotels and local inns on the out islands. There's just so much to explore.
Terry, where can folks go if they want more info?
Sure. To plan your next Bahamas getaway, you'll find all the information on Bahamas.com.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. We're going to post this information on our website at dailyflashshow.com/FMI.
Summer is here with warmer temperatures. Many of us are looking for simple ways to stay healthy and feel our best. Joining us now with some tips to help is lifestyle expert Christine Bebo. Hi, Christine.
Summer is here, and I'm working with some great brands to support your health and wellness this season. Now Foods krill oil is the perfect place to start. Nearly 80% of Americans aren't getting enough omega-3s. Now krill oil offers a highly absorbable source of omega-3 with clinically studied benefits for an active lifestyle. BioFreeze is something I always recommend for those everyday aches and soreness. Trusted for more than 30 years, BioFreeze provides fast-acting cooling relief for sore muscles and joints, making it easy to stay active and keep doing the things you love. Bragg apple cider vinegar is an easy way to bring both flavor and wellness benefits to summer meals. Made from organically grown apples and naturally fermented, it's perfect for everything from marinades and dressings to mocktails and grilling recipes. Water Drop makes staying hydrated easier all summer long. The Water Drop M6H delivers cleaner, better tasting water, while the Water Drop glass water filter pitcher offers a simple, sustainable way to keep family and guests refreshed. For more, visit nycpretty.com.
You know, for almost 90 years, Child Fund International has been helping children grow up healthy, educated, and above all, safe. Their new PSA invites viewers to see firsthand how Child Fund changes lives. Here's more.
It all connects. The girl who walks for hours to bring home the family's water, the school she can't attend most days, the breakfast she didn't have, the rain that hasn't fallen in months, the danger around the next bend, her little brother's belly laugh, her mother's hug, her dreams of being a teacher, an engineer, the mayor. All the reasons life is both so hard and so beautiful. It all connects, but so do we. For children's sakes, we connect through action, through everything we do, together, so every child can grow up healthy, educated, and safe. And we won't stop.
KSA Entertainment is dedicated to uplifting the communities we serve. Through KSA Cares, we're bringing awareness to the causes that matter most, supporting those who work tirelessly to make a difference. From honoring veterans to championing environmental responsibility, KSA Cares is committed to inspiring positive change. At KSA Entertainment, we're here for the stories that bring us closer. Innovate with us. We can make a difference.
Kids are headed back to school, and Mario Armstrong has the must-have gear and gadgets that are top of the class. Hey there, Mario. Tell us what you got.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. And as always, I've teamed up with some awesome brands to make sure students are ready for class. You got to be cool for school. So let's start with some must-have tech. I love this affordable Windows laptop, the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 3i. It's thin, light, easy to take anywhere. You get a beautiful 15-inch touchscreen, solid battery life, and rapid charge boost. So you know you will always have power whenever you need it. It has a Series 3 Intel Core processor, which is going to give you speed and performance to tackle that work and school and everyday tasks with ease. The IdeaPad comes in cosmic blue, and it's built to last. It's got military-grade durability in there. Now, look, I hate running out of ink, especially when there's homework due. That's why I like the Epson EcoTank ET2900. Instead of tiny, expensive ink cartridges, this uses supersized, refillable ink tanks, and it comes with enough ink in the box to last up to 3 years. That's awesome. It's got a built-in scanner, 100-sheet paper tray, easy-to-use color display, and you can print and scan from your smartphone. It's an affordable, stress-free way to get your family ready for back to school. And speaking of back to school, that means checking supplies off that list. And Crayola, the #1 brand trusted by parents and teachers, makes it easy. Kids need creative tools that inspire self-expression and get them ready for classroom success. So Crayola's ultra clean washable markers, these give kids the freedom to create and teachers the confidence to encourage bold, colorful learning. Kids also love the classic crayons and colored pencils, and parents will love the premium quality at affordable prices. Now, this may get you excited about back to school. How about a phone that does it all? I'm talking about the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8. It unfolds from a smartphone into a tablet-sized screen. It's great for reading assignments, research, taking notes, multitasking, streaming your favorite shows, and it's Samsung's lightest fold yet, so it's easy to carry to class. Pre-order and save up to $1,200 with an eligible trade-in on Samsung.com, or at Verizon, just get it for just $60 a month with qualifying service. And one of my favorite tools is Epic, the #1 digital library for kids. Families get instant access to over 40,000 books, audiobooks, and read-to-me stories from more than 250 trusted publishers. I'm talking favorites like Disney, Nickelodeon, Mattel, and they have their popular series like Cat Ninja and Big Nate. It really makes a lot of fun reading with Epic because they have quizzes, they got badges, reading buddies, and parents can track their child's progress. It's screen time that builds strong reading habits before back to school. For more info on everything I covered today and more, just head over to inthenews.tv.
As America commemorates its 250th anniversary, a remarkable new tribute is honoring the millions of men and women whose service helped shape the nation. Here to share details about the National Military Monument is retired U.S. Air Force Major General Bob LaBruta with USAA. Bob, what makes celebrating service members during the nation's 250th anniversary so important?
Well, I tell you what, as a veteran, it's spectacular to be here this morning, and as a USAA member. This is our opportunity in USAA to contribute to America 250, and we're doing that with this incredible national monument to honor our military members, all 41 plus million of us that have served our nation in uniform. It's a spectacular way to do that. The U.S. flags, each of the stripes have a military name in them. And then, of course, everything related to being on the grounds of the Lincoln Memorial. It's just absolutely phenomenal.
How does the National Military Monument work?
Well, it's both an interactive experience and it's a personal experience. Interactively, you can get on your cell phone, you put in the individual's name, it'll come up with a code, it goes into a kiosk, and then it's displayed on this incredible monument behind us. And then, of course, it's personal because once you do that, the emotions that it brings into you is just absolutely phenomenal. I teared up when I saw my dad's name. And if you're not here in D.C. and you can't see it, then you can do that online with USAA.com/monument250, and you can get a similar experience, but not the same as being here.
For the first time in years, homebuyers may finally have the upper hand. Here with a look at Realtor.com's new market clock and what it says about buying and selling where you live is Hannah Jones, senior economist at Realtor.com.
So the Realtor.com Market Clock is a new tool that we just released and where it looks like a clock face. At 12 o'clock, we have a seller's market. At 6 o'clock, we have a buyer's market. And 3 and 9 are both balanced markets. And so we put each of the 100 largest metros in the U.S. on the market clock, depending on their market balance, their pace, and also pricing pressure. And so what that means is that, buyers, sellers, anyone in the housing market can get a quick look and really understand what are the dynamics in their market and who kind of holds the power. Information is really key in today's housing market, especially as it continues to shift. So, you can find information like the market clock on Realtor.com, as well as other market information. And, buyers should go into the market really knowing their budget, especially depending on what's happening with mortgage rates. That enables you to, know what your price point is and move really quickly when a home comes on the market that you're interested in. You can learn more, read the report, and read the methodology at Realtor.com/marketclock.
Looking for a quick snack option with back to school right around the corner? PB2's got you covered with the new protein-rich PB2 Go Cups.
PB2 Foods, the brand that pioneered powdered peanut butter, is making protein-packed snacking more convenient than ever with its new PB2 Go Cups. Here's registered dietitian Mia Sin with more.
Between packed lunches, busy schedules, and after-school activities, convenient protein options are a game changer. That's why I love PB2 Go Cups. Simply add water to the fill notch, stir, and enjoy 10 to 11 grams of protein anywhere. With a built-in spoon in the lid, they're ready to toss into a lunchbox, backpack, or a gym bag and enjoy wherever the day takes you.
PB2 Go Cups are a no-mess, stress-free, protein-packed snack perfect for the whole family.
Back to school season can make snack time feel like one more thing to think about, and PB2 Go Cups help simplify those busy days with a convenient, ready-when-you-are option. I like pairing one of the 2 delicious flavors, original and chocolate chip, with apple slices, pretzels, and bananas for a nutritious snack.
PB2 Go Cups are available now for just $2 at Walmart in the peanut butter aisle. Visit pb2.com.
For generations, mankind has depended on one sacred device, the home television, a portal to laughter, heartbreak, and that one weird British baking show you swore you'd only watch once. But after 5 long days of labor, housework, and endless carpool lines, one question still haunts humanity. What do you binge this weekend?
Fear not, the experts are here. Join Daily Flash every Friday for Streaming for the Weekend.
Because life's too short for bad TV. Streaming for the Weekend every Friday, only on Daily Flash.
Streaming for the Weekend. Welcome back to the Daily Flash. I'm James Alexander, along with Mitch English and the lovely Andrea Jackson. Guess what, guys? We've gone viral.
Woo!
Over at TikTok, you guys had a ton of stuff to say about a young lady who demanded a car service to pick her up for a date. Check it out.
One of my rules, if a man doesn't at least offer to send you a car for the date, whether you take it or not, no date, okay? And he had not mentioned anything about a car. And to be honest, if the weather was beautiful, sometimes I would rather take the subway.
You guys and gals did not like that. Not at all. There was a few comments that you left on that TikTok for us. All right, guard dog. I wish I had this level of confidence and entitlement while being just average.
Oh,
way to go, guard dog.
Good one.
So you got Katie. I'll never understand someone posting something like this online. Things people will be on their side. Thinking people will be on their side.
Yeah, you're right.
Great point, Katie.
Right.
And this name's Infomouse. How to tell everyone you're single without saying you're still single. Guys, what do you think about this whole thing? Hey, look, 64,000 views. We have hundreds of hours of watch time, so over 220 comments.
Would you say that the tide is turning on influencers and that sort of thing? Meaning, like, people are like, hey, look, we're tired of this entitlement thing, and I think especially when it comes to stuff like dating or relationships.
Yeah, for sure, man. And this got people so riled up, man. It was like, some stuff you just keep to yourself. You don't have to put it out there. Yeah. But she did it to embarrass the guy. And she got flipped on her.
And that's the problem,
More men and more women comment. Because, obviously...
it was like down the middle.
Okay.
Like, a lot of ladies didn't like what she did or what she said. They didn't like her at all. So, yeah, she got a lot of... The girls didn't come to her aid this time.
Can we bump out on Infomouse's thing?
I love it.
Because that is perfect. How to tell everyone you're single without saying you're single. That does it for our show, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and thank you, Infomouse, for watching.